Okay, it's that time again. It's 29 minutes before the hour. It's a beautiful day. I'm still in my gym gear, but I'm doing a radio show because I'm a broadcaster and I've got attorneys around me. All right. And these guys that I'm about to speak with are friends of mine. Okay. Because they're real people, very down to earth, very straightforward, no BS, no bull crap, very honest, family oriented, good guys. That's what it's all about. And sometimes we got some gals on the show also. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Cruising with a Case Handler, a show that is on personal injury and immigration. Everyone is all pumped now. Everyone feels better. Everyone is going out. Everyone is driving around. Everyone is getting back to their lives and all of that. It's great. And that's the reason why we're here to shed some more light on personal injury and, yes, immigration. Let me just introduce the panel that we have here today as you share the page that you're watching. Alyssa and Tracy and Ruthie, thank you so much for sharing. And please, the sharing groups, sharing multiple pages. I want a minimum of 50 shares today. I'm saying that to the listening audience. I'm saying that to the marketing team. I want a minimum of 50 shares on Facebook today. So please share and remember to subscribe to the page. I want to say much respect to Team Squeeze, all the people that's always on, of course, the show. So thanks so much to all the people out there that's definitely tuning in. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call, of course, Cruising with the Case Handler, a show on personal injury, and yes, immigration. Let's introduce the panel. We've got Nelson Madrid, who was the first to join me this morning. We were just talking about what's going on in our atmosphere and hemisphere and other kind of spheres. All right. Nelson, welcome to the show. You are the Maverick. Thanks so much for, of course, helping out a couple of my friends that I grew up with off the air. Okay. And talking to them about what's needed, the free consultations that you did. I much appreciated that. All right. And by the way, folks, real dude. Nelson, real. He's my real dog. I'm a real dog, that. All right. Nelson's my real dog. All right. I'm his dog. He's my dog. If you understand the streets, you know what we're talking about. He's the man. All right. And I call him on his cell. Boom. Okay, Squeeze, hold on. I'm with a client. I'll come back to you. Boom. Hey, Nelson, I got this brother of mine that I grew up with. I need for you to just talk to him, give him a consult. No problem. What's his number? Boom. Done. Call me back later on. Done, David. That's it. Bye. And he's off to the races. Now we've got Adam Handler, who is in a different department than Nelson. Nelson is in immigration. Adam Handler is in the personal injury department. How you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling XL, baby. We're starting this week off right. We got the show going. The beautiful weather. I mean, God, you can't. What a
Can't beat
gift
that weekend weather, man.
was.
Can't.
Between the weather and just the overall good news. Wow, what a treat this
There's
week.
good news?
Well, there was good news. There was some good news. I'm sure Conrad
Really?
is going to be rubbing it in and laying it on thick.
He's
But
got that look on his face.
ladies and gentlemen, for those of you listening for the first time, shame on you. No, I'm just kidding. For those of you listening on the first time, 93.5 FM, my name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. We are Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. We are a full-service law firm here in Manhattan. Immigration, personal injury, real estate, criminal defense, family law. You got a problem, we got a solution. You got a question, we got the answer. But keep our number, save our number, use our number, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. Lawyers that care, lawyers that are giving back to the community that has embraced us for so many years by giving free consultations over the phone, 100% free, no strings attached, consultations over the phone. All you got to do is call that number and be connected to some really great people, namely Nelson the Maverick Madrid and Conrad the Maestro Pollack and the General Alan Kay and Alexandra Boss Lady Bondikoff. You've heard our names, you've heard us on the radio, perhaps even you're watching live on on Facebook Live right now. And we thank you so much for tuning in on all these platforms, because we truly do understand there's other things you can be doing, watching, and listening to right now. But the fact that you are cruising with the case handler means the world to us. Last week, a lot of things were up in the air. This week, things, I think, are a little bit clearer as to where the country is going and the direction we're about to take. And I'm really excited, to hear from Conrad and Nelson as to what we are going to be able to do for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of people here listening with respect to immigration issues, because we were warned very sternly by Conrad and Nelson and the general that had Trump being reelected, the negative, the almost disastrous impact it would have on the immigrant community. So without further ado, Conrad, I'm going to pick on you. Obviously, we're looking like it's looking like Biden is the president. I mean, obviously, there's a few hurdles to get through, but I think the inevitable is on its way. How has this changed things now for us and our firm, and what we'll be able to do for our clients?
Are you referring to the election last week?
Oh yeah, baby.
Well,
hey, let me ask you a question, Conrad. Do you think it's final? Do you think it's final?
I think the election is final.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
I'd be willing to bet Adam's life that
that's a resounding answer. That is a resounding
See what I
answer.
deal with here? You see what I deal with?
A resounding answer from Conrad Pollack. All right. We'll let continue, Conrad. Go ahead. I've been waiting to hear all of this.
I think the election is pretty much a done deal. I mean, Trump is just grasping. He's desperate. I think. I mean, besides the ego issues, all the obvious stuff that we learned about this guy over the last several years, he's worried because now he's not going to have the presidency shielding him from all of those lawsuits that are waiting for him when he walks out of the White House. And let me tell you, there are many. Well, I don't know that he's going to ever see a day in jail, unfortunately, but he's going to have serious problems, and he's going to be a busy man once he gets out of the White House, fending off all these different lawsuits from New York and other states and the feds and different people claiming him for rape and and theft and fraud and oh God. I would not want to be in his shoes, not to mention all the money, all those debts that are coming due in a couple of years, and he's going to have trouble getting other people to lend. Deutsche Bank is his big creditor these days, and he owes, I don't know, $400 million, $500 million to them in like 2 years or something. They've been trying to dump him. They've been trying to sell the loans that they owe him, that he owes them. They've been trying to sell him. Nobody will buy him. Nobody wants him because they know what a deadbeat he is. He never pays his bills. Anyway, I would not want to be in his shoes going forward. And people talk about him running again in 4 years. Not happening. No, not a chance. He's going to be so busy, and he's going to be fighting lawsuits up the wazoo for the rest of his life.
Let's talk about Biden's immigration plan.
Anyway,
I was about to say.
I had to get a little commentary in there.
Well, Biden's going to reinstate DACA, right?
Biden, that's one of the first things he's going to do. Yes. He's got a whole list, a laundry list. Adam, Nelson, I don't know if you read that list.
I did.
But he's got a laundry list of items that he's going to do. First among the top 10 things he's going to do is he's going to issue another executive order instituting DACA. Look, in order for DACA to become really permanent, Congress has to pass a law. And like 70-80% of the population wants it. So unfortunately, right now, it looks like the Senate's going to be Republican. Whether they're going to go for it or not, who knows? But DACA is certainly going to be around for the next 4 years. That's for damn sure. And one other thing he's going to do is get rid of that nasty public charge rule. That's on his list. He's going to be taking care of that right away. And the public charge rule, for those of you who haven't been following us or the laws or the news on it, the public charge rule is something that's existed for over 100 years in immigration laws. Basically, forcing immigrants that come here, that they have to support themselves, which is legitimate. We don't want people coming here and just going on welfare. I mean, and the vast majority of immigrants don't do that. But this administration, Stephen Miller in particular, who will be real happy to see him go, he thought it wise to make it as difficult as possible for immigrants to come here and stay here. So basically, any kind of public benefit that any immigrant has ever received or will, or their family or whatever, basically can be used against them to turn them down for the green cards. I'm exaggerating, I'm simplifying, but the fact is that rule is going to go away, and a lot of people should be really happy about that. A lot of people don't know what this is that might be intending immigrants. Let me tell you, if any of all the different things that they've done, that this administration has done to curtail immigration in this country. That, to me, that is the biggest obstacle, and that's going to disappear. And good riddance to that. Nelson, I'll let you continue on the various policy changes. But bottom line, before you get to it, bottom line, folks, those of you in the immigrant community should be really happy right now. I mean, there aren't, in my mind, there aren't that many communities in this country that will benefit more from seeing this orange person leave the White House. If nothing else, even if you've got your green cards and you're all legal, you just got your green cards, you're here, but you don't speak a lot of English, or you're in immigrant neighborhoods, you know, that sense of fear that has palpitated through the immigrant communities over the last 4 years, it's going to be gone. You know, you're not going to have ICE knocking on your door at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, whisking people out and you never see them again. They're on the next plane back to their country that they haven't seen in 30 years. You know, that's going to end. That stuff, you're not going to hear about ICE, you know, walking through immigrant neighborhoods trying to pick people up, and that stuff's it's just not going to happen anymore. You know, people that are in deportation proceedings for whatever reason, that have no criminal records, that have been in the country for a long time, those people that have been afraid to process their cases, or cases were pending, they were going to go down the tubes, they were going to lose, and they were going to get deported. A lot of that's going to go away now. There's going to be fairness brought back into the system. I mean, I can't begin to tell you the various positive changes and the various benefits that are going to be coming to the immigrant community. And I'm not talking about immigrants that aren't here. I'm talking about immigrants that are here now, that aren't going anywhere. They've been here, whatever it's 10 million, 11 million, 20, whatever it is. These people now should be waking up this morning. They should have big smiles on their faces, and I'm sure many do.
And with that said, before you jump in, Nelson, do you think the masses and everyone that's listening to us on 93.5 FM and also on Facebook and sharing the page, do you think that the ones who are not in the system, the ones who can actually reach out to, you know, PPID, Pollack, Isaac, and Desico, do you think now is the time for them to call? Do you think they should reach out to you now?
Nelson.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, well, I don't know. You know, you've been talking.
You got so many attorneys here. Got so many attorneys here. Which one would answer the
hell
question?
up, boys.
So listen, I mean, I think absolutely, you know, it's definitely good to know what the proposed changes are, and obviously it'll give you something to look forward to. Right. You know, as Conrad was saying, there's a lot, you know, not just for DACA, but Biden is talking about the parents of children with DACA who are here illegally, that he plans to give them an opportunity to legalize their status. He's also talked about, you know, basically ending Trump's detrimental asylum policies.
Right. What does that mean?
Basically, again, there was recent changes to the whole asylum system.
Making it harder, right?
Absolutely, making it a lot harder.
Impossible.
Right.
Yeah.
Where basically, if you came by plane and stopped in another country before arriving in the United States, you were supposed to have asked for asylum in that other country. Not just that, they're talking about U visas, which we've spoken about very often. But, you know, Biden is talking about increasing from 10,000 a year to 30,000 a year. You know, so there's a lot of positive changes. Hopefully these things come to fruition, but I think, as I said, I mean, I think it's a good time just to get a general sense. If you don't really know what's happening, give us a call and maybe we can tell you what should happen. You know, I've actually met with some people who I told them, you know, why don't we sit tight and wait till the elections, you know, before you decide to go forward, just so we know, you know, citizenship, you know, and we often talk about citizenship. He's talking about streamlining that process. You know, he's talking about making that just go a lot faster. You know, obviously, I think, you know, whoever's advising him realizes that, you know, dealing with immigration is a minefield. It is a nightmare. You know, things move at a snail's pace. So I think one of the things he plans to do is just streamline that whole process, streamline your experience, you know, just basically keep it moving, as they say, you know. So I think good things are on the horizon, and you know, we have to wait and see.
You know,
there you go. Let me give out the number, Conrad, if you don't mind. Let me just give out the number, because I want people to really reach out now to the firm. You will get a 100% free phone consultation with an attorney. Just schedule that with one of them. And that's what we're talking about. Now is the time to make the call to the firm, book that phone consultation, speak with an attorney after the schedule. All right. Once again, the number is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. If you're actually watching this, listening to this on 93.5 FM, now is the time. Make your move, make your call. Once again, the firm's name, Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico. We call them PPID. They have offices in New York City, Peekskill, and Brooklyn. Make the call 844-774-3529. If you call that number before the top of the hour, before this show is over, you are guaranteed a free phone consultation with an attorney. You just have to call them and schedule that consultation with one of the attorneys. 844-774-3529. Now is the time. 844-774-3529. Now is the time because it's Biden time. Let's go back to Conrad.
I just got a text from my buddy Steve. So shout out to you, Steve. I see he says to me, Conrad, I'm so happy to see you smiling and enthusiastic this morning.
I wonder why.
I know you've worked hard to build your immigration practice and you've helped so many people over the years. Congratulations. You must be a real happy man, which this is true. I am very happy right now. But you know, the bottom line is, you know, what this election result means, it's a change in philosophy. You know, the Trump philosophy on immigration is, I can't think of anything positive that they consider about immigration. Immigration is just bad. Using one of his, you know, adjectives, you know, he's such a multisyllabic guy. Bad. Immigration is bad. Immigrants don't do anything except take. Immigrants don't contribute. They just come here and they want to live off of us and they want to take from us and they want to come to the suburbs and take what's ours and so on and so forth, which is obviously a bunch of crap. Biden has the opposite philosophy. The Biden administration recognizes the contributions that immigrants and immigration make and have made to this country over whatever number of years in our entire history. You know, where Trump fed off of the divisiveness and anti-immigrant rhetoric and all of that nasty racist garbage, Biden understands whether he likes immigration or not, or is irrelevant. He understands that it's beneficial to the United States, right? That immigrants are a net positive to the United States.
And he's upholding what humanity should be also.
Well, I'm getting to that. You know, he's a decent, considerate guy, you know, and he's not going to separate immigrants, you know, parents from their kids, you know, and then the kids can't find the parents, you know, subsequently. That kind of stuff is over. You know, you're not going to hear about kids in cages anymore, folks. You know, and what a relief, what a pleasure. So, and here we are talking about it, you know, removed from it here on the radio, you know, but think about the people that have actually experienced this, or their families, or their friends, or their neighbors that have actually lived through that crap. You know, it's just the change is not literally night and day. Flip the switch. It's like flipping the switch. All right. Now, one thing to keep in mind, unfortunately, these guys are going to be in power for another couple of months, unfortunately, till January 20th.
But how much can they do anyway?
Yeah, I was going to say, what can they do?
They are going to ram through as many policies as they possibly can, and then just leave it for leave it for Biden to undo. There's a lot of stuff they're going to do. They're going to implement a lot of new regulations that'll force Biden to undo them, but it takes time. So a lot of this stuff is not going to happen overnight. But the fact is, it's happening. So if you've been on the fence, if you've been waiting to apply for your green card or apply for your work visa, I mean, literally, there is a laundry list of stuff that they're going to be doing. All good stuff, all stuff we've been waiting for, and all stuff that is long overdue. They're going to basically undo all the nonsense and all the nasty stuff that the Trump administration has done. And one last point, you know, it looks like the Senate is going to be Republican, which means the law, like DACA, for instance, DACA isn't necessarily going to become the law because of that. I don't know that the Republican Senate will go along with Biden on that, or even overall comprehensive immigration reform. But the way immigration shakes out in the federal government these days, all of the stuff that Trump did was by executive order. He did not change one law in the statutes. Not one thing has changed in the statutes. All right, since Trump became president. If Biden can't push laws through the Senate and make them become law, he's going to do the same thing, just in the opposite context. All right, just like DACA it was an executive order that Trump tried to eliminate by executive order, and the court stopped him. Biden is going to implement the new executive order to keep it going, to make it at least permanent for the next 4 years. That's the way most likely immigration is going to shake out. But in a way, that's a good thing. We don't need a Republican Senate. We don't need a Democratic Senate in order to get immigration policy reversed. He's going to do it by executive order if he has to, and that means it'll happen quickly. So a lot of the stuff that we're talking about and that we'll be talking about over the next several weeks, this stuff's going to happen fast. Just for instance, the policies about, whether the administration is going to send ICE into immigrant neighborhoods to try to round up dishwashers and housekeepers. That stuff, you don't need to change the law to do that. That's all internal policy, right? That stuff is over. It might happen over the next 2 months. They might ramp it up, just to be nasty and vindictive. I wouldn't be surprised. But come January 21st, that is over. You will not hear about that anymore. It will not happen anymore. So there's a lot of good stuff happening. Unfortunately, we're still probably a couple of months away, but nothing in immigration in terms of processing petitions or cases, doing your cases, nothing happens in a month. Cases take months, take years. So there's no reason to wait. If you've been on the fence, now's the time. All right, get your cases going. Give us a call.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Conrad Pollack, the managing partner, speaking on what's happening in our atmosphere. As I said, the number to call is 844-774-3529. I want everyone to call before the top of the hour and make sure that you schedule that phone consultation with an attorney. The number once again is 844-774-3529. 844-774-3529. Testing out this camera thing, and every one of you guys got to get this camera. That's all I got to tell you. Y'all gonna love it. You got to unmute.
That camera is money right now. It's
every one of it. Even if I gotta buy it for you guys, I'll buy it myself. But you all got to get this camera, man.
We look forward to the gift.
Get this gift. All right. So let's jump right into. You just heard immigration. Let's jump into personal injury. And before we actually get to Adam Handler speaking right here. And by the way, we're up to 34 shares. I said 50 shares. Don't let me come to your house. I want 50 shares. All right. 50 shares. Everybody watching, please share on 20 people's pages, and we're good. All right. Now, Adam Handler is the top personal injury attorney in the Caribbean community on this station, ladies and gentlemen. And he truly works extremely aggressive, assiduous for you. If you ever get hurt in an accident, he's the man that you need. You only need Adam Handler. So call him if you get into an accident, 844-774-3529. Not the guys at the top of the hour, not the guys who are chasing you, the ambulance chasers. No, you need a real man. You need a case handler because you got one chance, one choice, and of course, the case handler, Adam Handler. No one else. And he has proven that. $125 million later in settlements, he has proven that. Call him. His number right now, if you get hurt in an accident, is 844-774-3529. That's 844-774-3529. Let's go to, of course, the case handler, aka the shark by me.
Thank you so much, brother. Listen, we lawyers, it's a service industry. We're professionals, but it's a service industry. And I truly believe that because, unless you treat your clients the right way, unless you get great results for them, they're certainly not coming back to you or referring you. And what we are able to do here at the firm Pollack, Isaac DeSico, truly is very, very special and is very different than other law firms out there that are advertising and specifically advertising on this station. We treat our clients like family. We truly do. And you can see it with the smiling faces. You don't take my word for it. You don't take Squeeze's word for it. You don't take the other DJs on this radio station that have endorsed me for decades, their word for it. You should take the word for it. You should take the word from the people that have come before you that woke up in the morning, never, ever, ever anticipating that disaster would strike. And then all of a sudden they're in a terrible accident, a car accident, a workplace accident, a construction accident, a slip or fall accident, And then they decide, listen, there's something that they need to do. They need to pursue their legal rights, which in the United States, the remedy for injury cases, the remedy in the civil justice system is monetary compensation. And they call our firm and they leave it to us to get them the maximum possible compensation for their medical bills, their time out of work, and of course their pain and suffering. And we like to talk about these cases. We like to highlight and feature true life success stories because these are real people that have had real problems and had a lot of choices of attorneys, and they chose the case handler team at Pollack, Isaac DeSico, which I think is a very, very sacred choice as far as we look at it, because we really do understand that you've got a lot of choices. And whenever I meet with a new client, Squeeze, I always say, this is what you need to do. This is what you don't need to do. This is how things are going to turn out. And by the way, thank you so much for choosing our firm. We knew you had a lot of choices, and the fact that you went with us, does mean the world to us. We're going to fight for you like family. So if we could just talk about a quick case we worked on a couple of years ago. Her name is Allison. Now, normally, ladies and gentlemen, those listening on
Appleton Estate. Sorry.
What do you say?
Yeah. Appleton Estate.
Those watching on 93, listening on 93.5 FM, if you could safely do so now or later, go to Case Handler on Instagram, go to Case Handler on Facebook. You'll see what we're promoting live right here, the photographs of people. And usually we got a big check we're handing somebody. We got physically, it's a check. It's about 4 feet wide. And we hand them the check and take a picture. She wanted to take a picture with some Appleton rum. And listen, when you are the most celebrated attorney in the Caribbean community,
the good stuff.
You better have your Appleton, not Atherton, Appleton's, Conrad. And we did a couple shots. And
come on, Nelson, show the red stripe. Yeah, go ahead.
if you can see the cup, we wrote Matt's cup says 100,000. Allison's cup says the case handler, and my cup says 100,000. And Squeeze, if you could read that quote for me, I would
absolutely
be very appreciative.
I am so grateful to Adam and Matt for doing such a beautiful job for me. My paralegal, Ava, was also such a great help in every way. They settled my case in 9 months, which I never expected to be so fast. The case handler attorneys did the job and got the maximum settlement in an honest way for me. Allison A. from Queens, New York, $100,000 settlement. Man, that is phenomenal, man.
And that was the maximum she could get, and we got it within 9 months, Squeeze. So we got the maximum amount within 9 months. Job well done, a special lady, and wanted to celebrate with the Appleton. So I'm happy to oblige. I've got more Appleton and Ray and nephew white overproof from than any other white boy south of Houston Street. All right, so it's all good, and we truly do treat our clients like family. It's a wonderful atmosphere here today. It's one more wonderful atmosphere every day, because we know we're doing some really great work for people that are counting on us. My name is Adam Handler. I am your case handler. Thank you so much for tuning in to Cruising with the Case Handler. Have a great day. Give us a ring, 844-774-3529, 844-774-3529. And we really appreciate the loyalty. Remember, folks, free consultations over the phone. No strings attached. Call us, have your questions answered for free. Thank you so much. Peace out, baby.
There you go. All right, that's Adam Handler right here, of course, on Cruising with a Case Handler. We're just going to do a quick extended play, if there's such a thing as a quick extended play, on Cruising with a Case Handler, where we ask the immigration attorneys to answer a couple of questions that we have here. Ladies and gentlemen, the long and short of everything that has happened over the past 4 years, it was terrible for people when it comes to immigration in several areas. And I'm very happy that the law firm Pollack, Isaac, and DeSico, also known as PPID, has helped thousands of people, of course, to sort out their immigration problems over the past 4 years. And now we'll be able to even help more, considering that we have a president-elect that's about to change things, to be better. And Conrad Pollack, the architect of the firm, is very happy and ready, willing, and able to move forward with helping out a lot of you. Please, we ask for you to call the firm, get that free phone consultation. Like I said before, nothing lasts forever. So take advantage of it. It's a free phone consultation with an attorney. Just schedule one with them. They'll take care of you. 844-774-3529. But let's jump into immigration with a question. Someone here says here, hi all, I'm a green card holder and I filed for my wife under the F2A category. She received a DQ in December, that's a documentary qualified, I believe, in December 2019, but didn't receive interview call yet. How long will it take to get her the interview call, Nelson?
Did he say when the petition was filed?
It says, no, just said received the DQ in December 2019.
Well, Nelson, if you don't mind, the good news here is, well, the bad news till now, till December 31st, is that there's a travel ban, is a ban on immigration. Basically, this category is subject to that travel ban, so that's why he hasn't heard anything, most likely. Plus, the consulate's been closed because of the pandemic.
Right.
But, and here again, some good news. We don't know yet for sure what's going to happen with regard to that travel ban that right now is in effect until the end of December. But Trump goes away, my guess is the travel ban goes away with him. Wouldn't surprise me that since he'll still have 3 weeks to go to his term when that travel ban expires at the end of December. Wouldn't surprise me if he renews it. Wouldn't surprise me a bit. But I am sure that this will be one of those things that, just like Biden has already come out and said he's going to immediately, maybe the first thing he's going to do is lift that Muslim travel ban.
Right.
So that a lot of, which was, in my opinion, just racist, period. But that's gone. He's already said that. That Muslim travel ban is gone. My guess is all of these ridiculous travel bans will be gone as well. So this is good news for this person. I don't know how long it's going to take for them to get up and running at the consulates and how they're going to deal with all the different people that have been waiting, like this individual has been waiting to process his case. But once that travel ban is lifted, he's on his way.
Absolutely. Once again, Conrad Pollack, we call him the maestro also, of course, answering that question there. 844-774-3529 is the number to call to get your free phone consultation with an attorney. Make sure you just call and schedule. What happens to the I-130 spouse visa interview if the petitioner is deceased? Please advise best possible solution in this case.
Well, it's a very general question. It depends, is the person inside or outside of the United States? If they're outside of the United States, typically the case is done. Also, I-130, I'm assuming it's a spouse filing for their obvious spouse. But an I-130 could also be a parent filing for a child. But if they're in the United States, actually there's a process by which that I-130, you can proceed with that I-130 even though that person has passed. It's a complicated process. It's not something I would recommend you do on your own, but you are still eligible to legalize your status if you are inside of the United States.
Got you. That's, of course, the Maverick, Nelson Madrid, 844-774-3529. All right, let's go to the final question here. All right, this one here says, can the I-130 be approved while my I-485 is waiting to be scheduled? I see some cases that their I-130 is approved and their I-485 is pending for interview.
That is correct, actually. The I-130 is an alien relative petition. And, again, that's typically filed by either a parent or spouse or child on behalf of another family member. The I-130 simply confirms the validity of the relationship. Just because you're married to someone, it obviously does not mean it's a real marriage. Once the I-130 is approved, the next process is to get the I-485, which is the application for adjustment of status, and that's actually what confers legal status. But it is common. Typically what immigration says is the 485 is pending security checks. They just want to rerun your prints and make sure that there's nothing that they don't know about. So there's nothing uncommon about that.
All right. And Nikki Brown from our page here says, good morning. I have applied to remove the conditions from my 2 years green card since July of 2019. I got a letter of extension which will expire in December of this year. I am still awaiting my 10-year green card. Why do you think it is taking so long for me to get the new green card?
The 751 process takes a long time. I mean, it's not unusual. A year or two is common. Plus, again, with all the pandemic-related issues going on this year, it's not uncommon. She should go if she doesn't have an answer by the time her extension is expiring. She can and should go to immigration to get an extension. She can do that. We do that all the time, especially if she needs to travel. Do not leave the country.
You know, also, this is just to add to that, this is very interesting, and a lot of people don't know this. You know, so obviously she's had her conditional green card for 2 years. She's been waiting for a year. You know, obviously I believe and understand she's married to a United States citizen, because that's typically when you would file the I-751. She can apply for citizenship now, even though her 751 is not approved. So a filing for citizenship, you've got two things cooking. She can, if and when she's scheduled for a citizenship interview or naturalization interview, they can adjudicate both applications, and she can become a citizen.
Got you.
That's assuming that she's married to a U.S. citizen. She's married to a permanent resident. That's not the case.
Got you. All right. Thank you, gentlemen, for doing this. Quick one for you. Someone here on Facebook.
Wait, before you before you get to that, I just saw, one of the things, I'm sorry, I got to throw this out there. I'm going to get as many digs in this week as I can. Remember, one of the things that Trump was warning about, trying to scare people. Oh, your 401k, the stock market's going to crash if Biden gets in, your 401ks are going to go down to zero. The stock market is up 3.6% today. All right. So much for the stock market. So much for the stock market crashing under a Biden presidency. Okay.
One of your fans wants to know if the ban is going to end on December 31st.
Well, as I just said,
Vanessa.
Vanessa.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for being a fan, number one, Vanessa.
It's only fan.
I have a fan. I have one, finally. Where were we? The travel ban
ending.
In terms of the travel ban ending, look, it hopefully will go away when this orange person leaves the White House. It's possible that he may, before he leaves, in one of his last acts of nastiness, decides to extend it. Again, knowing how vindictive and petty and childish he is, wouldn't surprise me a bit that he's going to extend it. But my guess is Biden, as soon as he is in, is going to get rid of it. So happy days ahead, folks. If you have cases that have been pending and have your relatives have not been able to come to the United States, but for that travel ban, 2021 should be your year.
Just to add really quickly before we go, Biden is also talking about going back to the Obama administration days and creating priorities for people in removal proceedings. So if you're in removal proceedings and you don't have a conviction, or you have a very minor conviction, you may be able to get your case administratively closed, right? Because you're not considered a priority. They're not going to spend their resources trying to remove you from the country. Instead, they will focus on the people with serious criminal records.
Yeah, just a little history there, folks. Biden, look, I mean, the federal government has limited resources, right?
Right.
And they only have so much money to allocate towards immigration, whatever the different actions that are going on within the immigration in the immigration world. The Obama administration basically said, look, we've only got a limited amount of resources. Let's use them wisely. Let's use them properly. Let's use them to go after criminals, to go after the bad guys that they really want to remove from this country, the rapists that Trump always talked about, and the hardened criminals and the gang members. Let's get them out of the country, which makes sense. Trump, in his infinite wisdom, came in and said, you know what? The hell with that. All immigrants are bad. Let's get rid of all of them. Although he said that he was just going to get rid of the bad guys, he did say that. In effect, in reality, and I'm sure there are a lot of people out there listening will hear me and know exactly what I'm talking about because they've seen it in real life. He went after everybody. So whether you have a criminal record or whatever, basically, if you were in the wrong place at the wrong time and ICE caught you, basically you're gone. Right? It didn't matter. You're a dishwasher, you're a housekeeper, you're a babysitter, you're a construction worker. It didn't matter whether you've been here for 20 years, 30 years, no criminal record. All you've been doing here is working and paying your taxes. It didn't matter. you're gone. That now will change. It'll go back to prioritization. They will focus, immigration will focus their resources, ICE will focus their resources on removing people that should be removed, that deserve to be removed, not people that are just here working, trying to support their families and build a better life for themselves and their families. That will
There you
end.
go. There you go. Thank you all so much for watching us, ladies and gentlemen. This has been Cruising with the Case Handler. The show ends here now. I'm disclaiming that for a reason. All right. The number to call is 844-774-3529. I've got a bonus segment. Gentlemen, hopefully you'll like it. All right. I'm quite sure I'm going to like it. Just wanted to say prior results do not guarantee similar outcome, but I've got to go back to SNL, man. I really have to. I am so sorry, guys. I really have to go to SNL. All right? I really have to. So I don't know if you all want to stay and listen to this. Hopefully I can get it all up
Talking
here.
about the song?
Yeah,
It's
are
the
you guys
monologue of the song.
well, let's see if we can get it up here and get it up on my screen. I'm trying something here.
I saw Chappelle's monologue last night. It was very funny.
All right, here we go. Are you guys hearing it? I don't know if you
Yes.
guys are hearing it. You're hearing
No.
what he's saying?
No, I can't
No.
hear it.
You can't hear it, right?
No.
No.
Neither am I
It
hearing
looks like it's
either.
on mute.
No, I don't think it's on
No?
mute. I can't. Oh, no, it's not muted. I don't know. I really wanted to get this going. I'm sorry, guys. It was so funny. I don't know. What do you guys think about Chappelle, and what do you think about the Wolf
That was
Blitzer and all of that?
quite a monologue. It was quite a monologue.
It was crazy. It was crazy. But anyway, thank you all. So
I
much for
think
being
I got
forward.
this was. Let's see if I.
You got it. You got it, right? Let's see if you can do it. No, that's not what it's the one in the upper right hand corner.
No, this is the song at the end.
Oh.
You can't really hear it that well.
I can't
hear it.
He started singing Macho Man.
Oh, macho.
Macho Man.
All right, guys, listen. I'm very happy that things have changed this week. Last week, believe it or not, was like our lives are on hold. This week it feels like we're moving forward, and there's so many good things to come.
It wasn't just last week.
4 years,
It's
but
been
last week more so.
the last year.
Yes, yeah, that's true. And I am happier this week, much happier this week. So. Ladies and gentlemen, reach out to the firm, a full-service law firm. They're ready, willing, and able to help you. The number is 844-774-3529. Thank you, Nelson Madrid, the Maverick. Thank you, Adam Handler, the Case Handler.
My
And
pleasure,
thank you,
my
Conrad
brother.
Pollack, the Maestro. We'll do this again tomorrow. All right?